Blur's bassist Alex James expressed his joy over the long-awaited comeback of their old Britpop rivals, Oasis, who are currently touring the world again. For anyone who lived through the 1990s, the rivalry between Blur and Oasis defined an entire era of British music. It was a time when two bands stood at the center of pop culture, locked in competition to claim the crown of Britpop. Now, decades later, the 56-year-old musician shared his genuine happiness for the Manchester group's reunion tour, which has turned into a massive success. He admitted that seeing Oasis back together on stage feels both nostalgic and inspiring. For James, the most remarkable part of this comeback isn't just the sold-out shows, but the fact that Noel and Liam Gallagher have finally made peace after years of public tension. So many bands end their journeys filled with resentment, bitterness, or regret. To see the Gallagher brothers reconcile and perform again feels almost miraculous to James. He described it as electrifying, a rare moment when music heals old wounds and gives fans the kind of magic they thought they'd lost forever. Reflecting on Blur's own rivalry with Oasis, James took a surprisingly lighthearted view. He said he never saw it as a serious feud. To him, it was more of a cultural joke that spiraled out of control, fueled by media headlines and fan hysteria. Looking back, he can only laugh about it. Beneath it all, he admits he's always had great respect for Oasis. In his eyes, the world would be far less interesting without them. James also spoke about how the spirit of Britpop seems to be making a comeback. Beyond Oasis, other iconic bands are returning to the stage too. He pointed out that Radiohead have launched their first tour in 7 years, a sign that the sounds of the past are finding new life. For James, it feels like the music from their youth has aged like fine wine. Audiences still sing every word of every song, proving that the soundtrack of one's teenage years never truly fades away. However, despite all the excitement surrounding these reunions, James doubts Blur will follow the same path anytime soon. He believes frontman Damon Albarn is far too busy with his many creative projects. Recently, James watched Albarn perform an opera in the spring, then saw him on stage with Gorillaz a few months later, and now he's deep into another venture with Africa Express. With a laugh, James admitted that Damon's relentless energy makes the rest of the band look lazy by comparison. For James, watching Oasis rise again isn't about rivalry anymore. It's about admiration, nostalgia, and the joy of seeing great music come full circle.